Chapter 2. When Push Comes to Shove. Peter still wasn't talking to me the next day or the day after, and I was steadily running out of canvases. Though painting was therapeutic, we'd have to discuss this baby soon, or I would have no place to put all the art. As we drifted apart, thoughts of raising the baby on my own invaded my mind. I stared into my cereal bowl, watching the Cheerios swim, and imagining a toddler munching on them.
How would you feel about a weekend at the lake?
The sound of Peter's voice shattered my daydream. I blinked and raised an eyebrow at him. I think we need to discuss this baby first. He put his fork down and ran his hands along the table beside his plate.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I just don't think we have time for a baby right now. I think you should just have an abortion and move on.
Silence descended on the room. My heart dropped. Could he be serious? I don't know if I can do that. I've been thinking too, and I think I might really want to be a mother. Peter scowled from across the table.
But I just said I'm not ready for kids.
Anger fueled inside me. You also haven't been talking about the baby for a week. I have been thinking about it nonstop.
It's not a baby right now.
His face reddened, and he slammed his palms on the tabletop, causing my bowl to jump.
Stop calling it that. It's just a clump of cells.
My mouth dropped open. Peter, we both learned about human development. We both know that isn't true. He shrugged and folded his arms across his chest.
It's mostly true. It's not like it could live by itself right now. And seriously, with our schedules, the kid would always have to be in daycare, Sandra. What kind of life would that be? We should wait till we have more time and can be good parents.
I closed my eyes and took a calming breath. I don't want to kill this baby, Peter. When I opened my eyes, he was staring at me, rage fueling his gaze and distorting his features.
You have two choices.
His voice, cold as ice, cut to my soul.
You can get rid of the pregnancy or raise it alone. I'm not giving up my career.
He pushed back from the table, sending his plate and my bowl clattering to the ground. Then he stormed out of the apartment. The slam of the door reverberated down my spine. His empty chair mocked me as the silence set in, and tears filled my eyes. If those were the choices, then so be it. I grabbed the fallen dishes and threw them in the sink. Returning with a towel, I mopped up the milk that had spilled on the floor and begun spreading out. Then I yanked my purse from the bar and pulled out my checkbook and a notepad. I began writing down the bills, rubbing my temples as the list grew. How would I ever be able to afford a baby on top of all the bills? The numbers swam together as the tears threatened to spill over. Would my parents help? Probably not. They had been disappointed when I had let Peter move in. They would probably be angry about a baby out of wedlock. There was no brother or sister to turn to, as I was an only child. All that was left was Raquel. A light went off in my head. Maybe Raquel would let me move in with her. If I split the rent, surely I could afford a baby. I scooped up the checkbook and notepad, throwing them back in my purse, and hurried to the bedroom to get ready for work. Lunch could not come fast enough today. So let me get this straight, Raquel said over the noise in the cafeteria that afternoon. You want to try and have this baby even though Peter wants you to have an abortion? I can't bring myself to have an abortion, but I can't pay the bills and cover the baby alone. Unless I had a roommate, maybe. I stared into Raquel's eyes, hoping she would get the hint. Her eyes widened. You don't mean come live with me and bring a baby? Well, it would only be for a little while until I got a better paying job. I could help with rent, and I'm sure the baby would be no trouble. The words tumbled out of my mouth in a rush. Raquel shook her head. Look, I like you, Sandra, But I like men, too. Having a baby would totally ruin my image. How many men do you think want to stay the night and be woken up by a crying baby? It's why I had my own abortion a few years ago. I don't do kids."
Her words pierced my bubble of hope, and my jaw dropped. "You had an abortion?" Raquel shrugged.
"Yeah, a few years ago. It wasn't a big deal. I had a little too much to drink one night and hooked up with this really cute bartender. I guess we forgot to be careful. Anyway, as soon as I found out, I went and had it taken care of."
Her callous words coursed over me, and my forehead wrinkled. I'd always thought I was pro-choice, and if Raquel had had an abortion, then maybe they couldn't be that bad. A seed of doubt erupted in my chest and began strangling out my desire for the baby. "Did it hurt?" The words came out small and quiet.
"A little for a day or two, but then I had my life back, so it was worth it. Look, you have to make up your own mind, but maybe Peter is right. Wait until you guys are settled in your careers, and then you can have some kids if you still want them."
Raquel's words collided with Peter's ultimatum, and together they began to make sense in my head. After all, if I couldn't move in with Raquel, I really was out of options. And as Raquel said, we could always try again later. A small voice insisted that this wasn't right, that abortion was murder. But I pushed it aside. The thought of abortion had taken hold, and the knowledge that Raquel had done it caused the thought to grow. Ending the pregnancy would be the easiest option, and no one would ever have to know, besides Peter and Raquel, and they would never tell. As soon as I opened the door that evening, Peter rose from the couch, folding his arms across his chest. The anger still radiated off him. "Well, have you decided what you're going to do?" Sighing, I set my purse down on the coffee table. Had I decided? Even though the abortion made sense, I still didn't want to do it. But what choice did I have? "I'll do it," I said softly, and an icy cold sensation trickled through my veins. A smile broke out on his face as his posture softened. He crossed the room and embraced me. "I knew you'd see it my way and make the right decision," he said into my hair. I nodded against his chest, but a seed of doubt remained. I just wish I knew it was the right decision.